Well, good afternoon, everybody. You will not be able to see me today, but you'll certainly be able to hear me. My name is Jill Nagy-Reynolds, and I'm with the SBA Columbus District Office. Again, my name is Jill Nagy-Reynolds. I'm with the SBA Columbus District Office. I'm on the Ohio Business Matchmaker Committee, and we are very excited to have the event next week, and hopefully you are too. Just logistically for the webinar today, this will be recorded. And we will have a copy of the slides available on the Ohio Business Matchmaker website in about a week, and on the Ohio University Apex Accelerators website in about a week. It takes about a week for us to get the recordings uploaded. So yes, you will have a copy of the slides if you would like to have them, and a recording of today's presentation. As we dive into our topic, I prefer, well, actually, we prefer that you send questions through the chat. And as you are sending questions through the chat, I will be monitoring those so that as Lorraine is giving her presentation, I will find a right spot to ask her that question, and then we will go from there. And we'll also have questions at the end. So if you have a pressing question that may be from a prior slide, you can wait to the end, and I'm sure Lorraine would be happy to answer whatever. I am actually, before we have Lorraine Stevens begin with ODOT, we're going to also hear from Joey Scott with the Apex Accelerator. He's the statewide program manager. So Joey, would you like to talk about Apex?
Hi, Jill. Thank you. Absolutely. So good afternoon, everyone. As Jill said, I'm Joey Scott. I am the statewide director for our Ohio Apex Accelerators. You may know us by our former name, which is the Ohio Procurement Technical Assistance Center, or PTAC. So we got new leadership within the Department of Defense, and with that comes a new name, but most importantly, the same great mission. So we still exist to help you with all things government contracting, whether you're selling to the federal, state, or local levels. And our services are fairly comprehensive for those that aren't familiar with us. So we provide assistance from the earlier stages, such as getting your registrations in place, looking at business certifications, helping you develop a one-page resume called a capability statement, which is a great marketing tool, especially for events like the Matchmaker, which is in about a week, to helping you find contract opportunities, helping you review the solicitation, review your proposal. We don't write anything for you, but we will review it with you to make sure that you are submitting a proper, responsive, and responsible proposal. To more, post-award assistance as well, helping you understand the contract requirements, especially Department of Defense cybersecurity regulations, and then also helping you even walk through invoicing if you have a federal or state contract. So, like I said, we are here to assist. We are your ally in the world of government contracting, but you're not here to listen to me talk about Apex. You are here for a great presentation. So with that, I'll turn it back over to Jill.
All right, thank you so much, Joey. And Lorraine, if you're able to start your camera and load your presentation.
Sure. Just give me 1 second. Hello, everyone.
I would like to introduce everyone to you, Lorraine Stevens of the Ohio Department of Transportation. And so hopefully everyone is here today because they want to find out about DBE certification. They want to find out about how to find opportunities with Ohio Department of Transportation, and you are just the person to do it. So I really appreciate you having the time today. And again, everyone, if you have a question, please put it into the chat and I will be monitoring that and I will ask her at an appropriate time. All right, Lorraine, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you.
Okay, well, hello, everyone. My name is Lorraine Stevens. I am an outreach manager for the Office of Outreach for the Division of Opportunity, Diversity, and Inclusion, also known as ODI. I cover Central and Southeast Ohio for Districts 5, 6, and 10. So during this presentation, you're going to hear things like level the playing field, fostering fairness, and promoting diversity, just to name a few. And this is part of our foundation of our division and what we strive to achieve. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I am gonna turn off my camera. I do have a video playing here, and just to remove any glitches that we might have, I'll just remove that obstacle. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video. Okay. So, so during this presentation, we are going to cover the Ohio Department of Transportation's mission, a little bit about us, the DBE certification, ACDBE, which is Airport Concession Disadvantaged Business Enterprise. We're going to talk a little bit about SBE, which is a Small Business Enterprise, EDGE, the Mentor Protege Program, how to locate ODOT opportunities, and give you a little bit about some ODI updates. So ODOT is responsible for our state's highway infrastructure system. Our mission is to provide easy movement of people from place to place. And a way to do that is to take care of what we have, make our system work better, and improve safety and enhance capacity. So the division of ODI, so we have 3 offices that fall up underneath the division of ODI. So we have that, which is led by Deputy Director Lauren Purdy. We have the Office of Business and Economic Opportunity, which is led by Deborah Green, covering all things DBE and SBE certification, reporting, goal setting, DBE supportive services, and OJT program. We have the Office of Civil Rights Compliance, which is led by Katie LaPlace, that covers CUF, monitoring, certified payroll, ADA, and 504. And then we also have the Office of Outreach, which is led by Lynn Stevens. And this encompasses, one-on-one with the business community, doing workshops and different things like that. But the next slide that I go to is going to have a short video, just a little bit about us as a whole. So let's go ahead and get that playing.
My name is Lauren Purdy. I'm the Deputy Director for the Division of Opportunity, Diversity, and Inclusion. Not everybody starts at the same point in life, and I think that it's our duty, not just as public servants, but human beings, to ensure that people are given a fair opportunity for success. The Division of Opportunity, Diversity, and Inclusion was formed in 2015. The division was formed really because ODOT previously didn't have a centralized division focused on diversity and inclusion initiatives. We had separate program areas. We had the DBE program, Title VI program, ADA program, but there was no centralized area within ODOT that could really champion all of the issues that are included with diversity and inclusion. We realized that this was something that was really needed at ODOT. One of the main goals that we had in creating the division was that we at ODOT needed to take the initiative to reach out and include the community, the small businesses, minority businesses, in what we were doing at ODOT to make sure that they had the knowledge and the tools to be successful. Within the division of ODI, we have 3 offices: the Office of Business and Economic Opportunity, the Office of Civil Rights Compliance, and the Office of Outreach.
My name is Deborah Green. I'm the administrator for the Office of Business and Economic Opportunity. The Office of Business and Economic Opportunity oversees essentially the DBE program. We handle all DBE certification processes. We handle the SBE program as well as the SBE certification process, which is actually a set-aside program. We also handle all goal setting for EDGE and DBE and goal attainment. We have the OJT and DBE supportive services within the office, and we make sure that we report all of our DBE program information to Federal Highway. Those that could benefit from the work that the Office of Business and Economic Opportunity does would be small businesses, specifically women and minority businesses, anyone looking to develop their business in heavy highway construction, as well as those that are looking for construction employment opportunities. The goals and objectives for the Office of Business and Economic Opportunity are essentially level the playing field for anyone who's looking to do business with the heavy highway construction, specifically any contract that's federally assisted. We also, of course, try to encourage and foster the development of construction workers that are minority and women, and that's with our ODOT program and as well as our drone training.
My name is
Sorry about that.
Yeah, internet just seems to be giving us some fits.
Well, you know what? We're going to go ahead and just move forward. I am not going to, everybody's time is valuable. So we're going to go ahead and just move forward with that. Again, if you want more information about the different offices, we'll talk a little bit more about that at the end, but you know, let's go ahead and just move forward. So under the office, and that'll be in the video that I send over for that Jill will be sending out to everybody as well. So you will have a copy of this presentation. So, so the Office of Outreach, it is led by our administrator, Lynn Stevens. She covers, you know, our boss. So we have Jennifer Chris, which is the Northeast Regional Outreach Manager for Districts 4, 11, and 12. We have Michelle Newman, which is Northwest Regional Outreach Manager for Districts 1, 2, and 3. And then we have myself that covers Districts 5, 6, and 10. And then we have Larry Brown, who just started this week. So we don't have a photo for him just yet, but he will be covering Districts 7, 8, and 9. So the Office of Business and Economic Opportunity. So for the applications for DBE and SBE certifications, those are handled within ODOT and the Office of Business and Economic Opportunity. And the MBE, EDGE, VFBE certifications are managed by the Department of Development. When you do get a copy of these slides, these links are all active. Please, just for your convenience, you can click on any of these and take you to the direct page just to give you more information about each one. So the DBE certification. So the DBE program was established as Deborah Green, you got to hear a little bit from her. So to remedy discrimination on federally assisted programs, and is to level the playing field and provide fair opportunities to compete for federally funded transportation contracts. So the Office of Business and Economic Opportunity, they handle both the DBE goal setting and goal attainment. DBE has a current goal of 15.7% of federally funded highway construction and design contracts in federal fiscal years 23, 24, 25. And the DBE development goals are federally funded consultant contracts. An example of one of the goals of the which is a development goal program, is to grow certified firms and assist them in becoming prime consultants and eventually graduating them from the program. So again, to maintain the objective of the DBE program, it is to ensure that DBE can compete fairly for federally funded transportation related projects, to ensure that only eligible firms participate as DBEs, and to assist DBE firms in competing outside the DBE program. So primarily 3 major DOT operating administrations are involved in the DBE program. They are the Federal Highway Administration, the Federal Aviation Administration, and the Federal Transit Administration. So the DOT DBE program is carried out by state and local transportation and agencies under the rules and guidelines of the Code of Federal Regulations. So any agency that receives federal funding will have DBE goals such as, you know, ODOT, of course, local LET. So any public agencies that's receiving federal money through to ODOT, local cities and local counties, transit systems such as COTA, Greater Cleveland RTA, Metro, TARDA, and Royal Transit, Airports through John Glenn International, Cleveland Hopkins, and Dayton International, and then interstate certifications that do a highway business with surrounding states. So the DBE certification process. So in general, to be eligible for the DBE program, persons must own 51% or more of the small business, establish that they are socially and economically disadvantaged within the meaning of DOD regulations, and prove they control their business. So you will need to meet the size standard defined by the SBA guide standards. You must have a net worth of less than 1.32 million and must be independent to not compromise its independence and control. So socially disadvantaged, rebutable presumptions. So the department presumes certain groups are disadvantaged, including women, Black Americans, Hispanic Americans, Native Americans, Asian Pacific Americans, subcontinent, Asian Pacific Americans, or any other minority found in the disadvantaged by the U.S. Small Business Administration. So persons who are not members of one of the above groups groups and own and control their business may also be eligible if they establish their social and economic disadvantaged DBE eligibility criteria, and it's all on a case-by-case basis. So using the following links to complete your UCP application. So this is where you would go to start out your application. Again, all these links on here are active. So, and if you have any questions throughout the process, you can contact your region's outreach manager. That's one of our things that we do. We are a liaison between you and the certification, and we're happy to help all the way from the cradle to the grave. So, and then you can review application checklists to ensure that you have all documents to submit, which includes your NAICS code, descriptor request forms, and your personal net worth statement. So DBE certification time frame. So the intake review. So in certifying agencies must request missing required documentation within 30 days of submission. If application and all required documents is submitted by the firm, file gets assigned to a certification analyst for a desk review. So within 30 days of the desk review, additional information may be requested. And then when the file is deemed complete, an on-site visit will be scheduled. Certification decisions may take up to 90 days, maybe a little bit longer, just depending. It's a first come, first serve, and it's all case by case. And then additionally, information may be requested anytime during the DBE certification review process as well. So DBE certified, now what? So now that you have become certified, how do you locate those opportunities? So once you're DBE certified, firms will remain certified as long as it meets the eligibility requirements of the DBE program. And then DBE certified firms must submit a notice of change within 30 days of change happening. And that's one way to keep your DBE certification. And a no change declaration must be submitted each year on your original date. The firm became DBE certified along with complete copies of your tax returns. So interstate DBE application. So a firm must be initially obtained a DBE certification in its home state first. So once a firm is certified, its owners can seek DBE certification in other states. And to apply in Ohio, out-of-state firms must submit a interstate certification request form and required documentation as well. So the ACDBE. So let's go ahead, go to the next slide. So an airport concession DBE is a business that is located and is engaged in the sale of goods or services. So the following list, businesses that does not need to maintain an office. It could be manage contracts and subcontracts, a web-based or other electronic businesses, and a terminal where passengers can access the terminal. The advertising businesses that provide advertising displays or messages in a public at the airport, and a business that can provide goods and services to concessionaires. So again, a 3-year average gross receipt cap of 56.42 million for the applicant for the application. And then the following type of businesses have size standards that are different, such as a bank or financial institution, which is 1 billion in assets, a car rental company, which is 75.23 million and a 3-year average annual gross receipt, and a automobile dealership. So when you're filling out the application, the UCP application, it'll ask you on page 5 at the very top, you'll just do a little check box that you're applying for that, because it's within the same application for the DBE certification. And then on page 13, you'll just fill that additional page out too when you're applying for the ACDBE. So SBE certification. So SBE certification is not intended for and will provide no benefit to firms that do not intend to participate in ODOT contracting and consulting activities as a prime contractor. So ODOT may reach out to firms that do not appear to be good candidates for prime. And the reason why I'm saying that now is I don't want anyone to waste their time in applying for this. So this is where you will be a prime bidder on small jobs, that's projects that's under $2 million. And then you can actually have assistance with 30% of that total cost of the contract, or 70% by someone else in the workforce. So 30% is provided by you, but you will need to be DBE, or not DBE, but I'm sorry, pre-qualified to bid on these projects as well. So make sure that you just get a little bit more information if you're interested in doing something like that. Again, outreach managers are a great contact for that. And it's a race, gender neutral set-aside program. And again, it must be pre-qualified and be responsible for at least 30% of the total cost of its contract. So SBE program continued. So the SBE program, it was established to ensure that small businesses receive fair opportunity to participate in ODOT contracting and consulting services activities as a prime contractor. Again, it's a set-aside program and it's for projects under 2 million. So SBE qualifications. So to be certified as an SBE, a firm must be an independent small business, owned 51% minimum, and controlled by an individual or multiple individuals having personal net worth of less than 1.32 million. So it's the same as DBE, except a firm must perform work in construction or construction-related consultant services. Furthermore, it's intended to participate in ODOT's contracting and consulting activities as a prime contractor and be capable of performing or exercising responsibility, again, for the 30% of the total cost of the construction or construction-related consultant services contract. A firm, including its affiliates, must have average annual receipts of no more than 15 million, and the individual owning and controlling a firm must have adjusted gross income of no more than 350,000. And SB certification is race and gender neutral. So again, if you have, need more information, please reach out to your outreach manager. But this right here is the link that'll take you to that site. It'll also give you for a token to get into that SBE certification application. It will request 3 years of your federal business taxes for each applicant and 3 years of your federal individual taxes, personal net form, a net worth form, and an on-site visit will be required as well. So SBE set-aside projects. So these are examples of what some of the SBE set-asides that there could be. There could be bridge repair, bridge replacement, 2 or 4 lane resurfacing, culvert replacement, or repair. It's just a few of the examples of what you would see. So there are 2 types of set-asides. There is projects for contracts and consultant services. So those are the 2. So, and the following link will take you to the page where you can find out more information about both set-asides for contracts and consultant services. Again, these links are active. So here is for projects. You can locate the same page, or you can go click on that link. It'll take you to the page. So your firm must be SB certified and pre-qualified at the time of bid. The SB certified contractor awarded this project will be the prime contractor for the project and must self-perform at least 30%. And the bidders use expedite bid to fill out bids and then bid online. So for the department uses Bid Express website as an official repository for electric bids submittal. So bidders must prepare their bids electronically using the project bids and submit via Bid Express. So the edge. So oh, I'm so sorry. So SBE set-aside projects, they are administered by the Office of Consultant Services and are incorporated into the office's usual programs of projects for consultants and programmatics. So at the Office of Consultant Service page, you'll scroll down until you see for Future Consultants Program and Selection Schedule in the left-hand navigation bar. And then below this text are a number of links. You can open up any of the links labeled for Future Programmatics and use the web browser just to do some search functions to locate SBE set-asides. The SBE set-aside information will not be available for some future programmatics. So information on submitting bids and pre-qualification requirements are available on the same page as well. So encouraging diversity, growth, and equity, which is the EDGE certification. So, the EDGE is socially disadvantaged requirements that include race, ethnic origin, gender, physical, mental disability, or long-term residency in the environment isolated from mainstream Ohio society. So economically disadvantaged criteria include both of the following. So a personal net worth of each owner must not exceed $250,000 at the time of the program entry. And then the program net worth of each owner must not exceed $750,000 during the participation. And then the fair market value of all assets must not exceed $4 million. So the ODOT's goal, which is a 5% of highway construction and design contracts that are 100% state funded, such as bridge repair, highway laning, resurfacing, and design services. So how to locate opportunities. So this page right here, so this consists of quick links, notices, and resources for construction projects. You can also subscribe to plan holders list and design build consultant information that will come directly to your email. This is construction projects that is led by the Office of Contracts. And on their page, you will find a slew of information. We won't cover all the tabs, but here you will find the following, such as bidding documents, pre-bid questions, upcoming projects, and sold projects. So at the bottom of this page, so again, the links are all active. So at the bottom of the page, you can find bidding resources to choose from as well. So the department uses the Bid Express website as an official repository for electric bids, submittals, and then bidders must prepare their bids electronically using project bids and submitted via Bid Express. So consultant services. Now we're going to transition to consultant services and give a brief overview of the programmatic that outlines our anticipated consultant programs over the next several months.
Maureen, let's just see if anybody has any questions, because that was a lot of material to cover in a short period of time. Does anyone have any questions for Lorraine about the certification programs? I feel like every time I hear you, that small business enterprise certification is really nice and unique to ODOT, but that also kind of foot stomping that you need to be wanting to do business with ODOT to get SBE certification.
Right, right. Yeah, and you got to be able to self-perform at least 30% of that on your budget too.
Yes,
So it's always a good to understand that. So like if you have a trucking company, you would not be listed as a prime because you're bidding on a job. So because you can't perform 30% of, that project. So it's always be, to be mindful of, if you need to do that, because sometimes, they think all these certifications are great, but does it really meet your needs as a company?
exactly. The devil's in the details. We do
Mhm.
have a question from Jonelle. She would like to know, Lorraine, what are the residency requirements for the actual owner on the woman-owned and diverse-owned?
Well, that's for WBE. Is she referring to a WBE certification or
WBE and diverse-owned, so maybe that's
DBE?
minority-owned?
So an MBE. So WBE and MBE are a Department of Development certification. So through the Ohio Department of Transportation, we assist with certification for the DBE and the SBE. And the Department of Development assists with questions when it comes to the WBE and MBE program. Again, at the beginning of the slides, I do have some great links in there to take you to each page that you can find more information about that. But you should be an Ohio State resident when you're applying for these certifications, unless you're already certified in out of state and then you're wanting to come in and do an out of state certification.
So they did just clarify, yes, they mean DBE and SBE. So the residency requirements for, and you just answered that.
Yes.
Okay.
And again, the regional outreach managers is your best resource and contact. If you have, again, I'll give all of our contact information out again at the very end of it. We cover different regions, part of the 12 districts that fall up underneath the Ohio Department of Transportation. And we are always happy to walk you through and locating that information. And we have a lot of contacts at other agencies that can assist you with certifications that's outside our realm as well.
Okay, that's all I see right now in the Q&A. The chat, I don't see anything in the chat right now.
Okay, great.
So
Great.
I think keep on presenting.
Wonderful. Okay, so we kind of stopped at the programmatics. So for future programmatics, that's online are anticipated consultant programs over the next several months. As you can see, they have the dates. These are subject to change. So if you go in there and you're looking at them and you're looking for like an SBE set aside, you might not see it in June, but you might see it in May's future programmatic. So it's important to be able to go in there and take a look at that. So to go on to the next page, this is something how you're going to look at it. So I actually clicked on future programmatics for 5/8/2023. This is up to date as of today's date. And this is some of the things that I was pulling off of there. So this is how you're going to look at it. So I also put another link there that will take you to the May programmatic right there, so that way you could see the most up-to-date information, because there was, there was DBE in there, there was SBE set aside. So just go in there, just take a look at the updated information. So those are current and open for letter of interest. So these were, again, from May 8th, 2023. And all those links, again, are active. So ODOT MBE set aside contract opportunities. I'm going to go ahead and go to the next page. So this is an example of the MBE set asides that are contract opportunities within ODOT. So if you have your MBE certification, this is where you would go to see if you can locate some opportunities. It's usually in the 800 series of our contract portfolio. So, and if you see any services that your company provides, please feel free to reach out again to me, and I'll be happy to help you direct you on the becoming a potential vendor and to provide these services for ODOT. happy to help. And again, as you can see the 800, and you can see to where. And there is many opportunities in here. It's not just for MBE, but this is just as where you would see MBE opportunities in the 800 series. So mentor protege program. So with assistance with representation from the OCA and ACEC, ODOT solicits individuals to participate as mentors. So to facilitate successful working relationships between a mentor and protege, ODOT will attempt not to pair industry competitors unless the request is made by the mentor or the protege. So the admission to the ODOT Mentor Protege Program is by application. So once accepted, each protege is paired with a mentor. Working together, the mentor focuses on assisting the protege in developing a business plan, developing marketing strategies, understanding financial statements, and identifying and implementing other actions and items needed to meet the protege firm's goal. So this program can be both for construction and consulting. And again, this is what the page would look like when you head over to that site. And this is the contact person. Her name is Micah Flanagan. This is her email. And when you click on this page here at the bottom, that'll take you directly to her site. So you can contact her and get all the information about doing that. Sometimes when we're first getting into working for ODOT and you are DBE certified or SBE certified, you're just not sure where to go to. Sometimes getting a mentor to help you walk you through some of those items, such as, how does ODOT invoice, or, whatever plan that you create, Micah Flanagan, the supportive service manager, can walk you through and develop that plan with you and the prime, and it just keeps everybody accountable and making it move more the flow better. That way you can make sure that you're getting out of it what you're putting into it. So that's very important. Again, if you're interested in that program, please call Micah Flanagan right there, or click on there and go directly to her email. So ODI updates. So if you're new being a small business or want to enhance your small business, you may want to review our ODOT Small Business Library. We've talked about how there are several ways to find opportunities, how your firm can do business with ODOT, in which it depends on the work type that you provide for the department. So firms performing as professional services related to design and inspection by heavy highway projects, for example, you will work with ODOT's Office of Consultant Services. And then construction firms, meanwhile, will work with ODOT's Office of Contracts. So ODOT highway projects may have disadvantaged business enterprise DBE goals, which are federally funded highway projects. It could have small business enterprise set-asides, which are also federally funded highway projects. EDGE goals that could be for state-funded highway projects. And then to learn more about the requirements, pre-qualifications, certifications, and additional processes, you can choose your work type. So again, it's just going to that small business library. There's just so much information you can find out about by clicking on the work types and getting that information. Because when you first get on there, there's just a lot. There's a lot. There's the websites. They're locating these opportunities. Even trying to figure out, okay, this is the type of business that I am. Where do I fit in? So again, that just gives you some more information. And they've got information on there on pre-qualification, and again, a whole slew of information. And you can always reach out. I have our outreach at dot.ohio.gov. That's our office's outreach email, or you can reach us individually as well. We're always happy to help. And then you can also get on the Ohio Department or at the Office of Outreach's website. And here you can sign up for bi-weekly construction bid opportunities with goal information. You can sign up for our newsletters, and you can do it by region. And then again, that ODI outreach link right there will take you to it. And then you would be able to get that more information on that as well.
And Lorraine,
So-
we got
Mhm.
another question from
Sure.
Joe. Yeah, will you please clarify the advice you gave for trucking companies earlier
Sure.
regarding
So
prime, subprime?
yes. So if it, and this is just referring to the SBE program, not the DBE program, but the SBE program. So I'm going to go ahead, we're going to work our way back and we're going to walk through that one more time, because I just find it very, very important that businesses do not waste their time with something like that. And I don't want you to. And if you have questions throughout this, please just give us a call. But right here. So if you notice on this site right here, it has a little thing down there that just says note. So SBE certification is not intended for and will provide no benefit to a firm that does not intend to participate as an ODOT contracting and consulting activities as a prime contractor. So as owning a trucking company, and you're doing dump trucks, we do not have contracts out there solely for a whole contract that would just fall up underneath a contract for dump trucks. If there was, then I would say, yes, you could bid on that as a prime. But that is just something that will fall up underneath that contract. And it will not make up 30% of that contract as a whole. So what they're saying that when you're having to bid a job, that you have to be in a position of that job and the budget that behind it that would be responsible for at least 30% of the total cost of its contract and its own workforce. So like some of the jobs that you would see would be like culvert, bridge. So let's go back here. So bridge repair, bridge replacement, 2 or 4 lane resurfacing, culvert replacement or repair. So, and it's under 2 million. So this right here, it will be for, as an actual like, a construction based firm. So again, a trucking company would not have the ready, willing, and able kind of business to take care of something like that for the 30% as a whole. Now, if your company does other things on top of that trucking company and you feel that you do something like this as a whole, I would never discourage anybody from ever applying for any certification. I just don't want, again, anybody wasting their time with that as well. I hope that clears that up.
Just let us know, Jonelle, if you have any other questions associated with that. Thank you, Lorraine.
Oh, you're welcome. And you will have these slides if you want to go back through it, re-listen or bring up the slides again, then yeah, just going in there to that resource library that, the Office of Outreach has on its page, this is going to give you a lot of information. And when you're just coming into working with ODOT, there's just a lot to it. And outreach managers are a great resource to help you with that.
And we do have another question from Janelle.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes. Are there contracts available for transportation equipment other than dump trucks, i.e. like semi, dry van, flatbed, etc.?
Well, I would suggest that you reach out to one of us. We can go through and look for opportunities when it comes to something like that. You could potentially, so not only are you applying, if you apply for DBE certification, you can apply for ACDBE certification, which is, at the airport as well. There would be opportunities for trucks, of course, but you might find it under the airport section, or we might have to actually, but looking for opportunities, we can go into each contract, and that's what we do as outreach managers. Will be one-on-one. We can go through and show you how to pull up these letting dates or these upcoming projects and see how your company would fit into that. And we're happy to do that one-on-one.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
Not so far.
Okay, I am going to go ahead and head back down through. Okay, so again, the monthly newsletters is a great resource for upcoming information. The business library is a great resource for answering questions. Contacting your outreach manager is another great resource. So we are definitely here to help. So the next thing we're going to cover is talk a little bit about CEI. So the DBE certified, so once you become DBE certified, so this is something that you can take advantage of only if you're a DBE certified company. So once you become a certified DBE, then you can connect with CEI Supportive Services and Development. So they help with the development of your business. So, and it's actually a free service by itself. So it's great benefit to you, like helping you train you with marketing your business, ODOT opportunities, locating those. You're contracting your business, ODOT contracts and compliance, it walks you through that. Accounting and bookkeeping, basic estimating, developing bids, helping with your business plan, your capability statements, and understanding labor burdens and cash flow. It provides technical information or assistance, such as setting up a job site, project scheduling against cash flow, plan reading, marketing your firm. And then on the marketing development side, it can help with website assistance, marketing plans, developing a business plan, developing an action plan, a SWOT analysis, and then helps you manage your business. So this is a supportive services that we use that falls up underneath supportive services with Micah Flanagan that we talked about earlier. And they have a lot of great information backing them. They've been doing this for a very long time. They are with a lot of dots that's out there. So I think they're with Florida dots and other dots out there. So they have gained a lot of knowledge with working with dots, how to locate those opportunities, and how to help these small businesses. So it's actually a free service that we offer, and we encourage anyone that's DBE certified to please take advantage of that opportunity. So ODOT updates. So we are planning our very first Ohio MBE Diverse Business Opportunity Expo. We're really excited about that. It's going to be June 21st. It's at the Ohio Expo Center, the KSIC building at the Ohio Fairgrounds, the State Fairgrounds. It's an absolutely free service. We are taking requests for booth currently right now. And then the registration, you can click on that and register for free as well. And a booth is for free. There is a charge for parking, $5, but we're really excited. We're going to have up to 100 booths there. We've got state agencies, federal agencies, local federal agencies. We have private companies that's going to be out there, boards. So we're really excited. It's a great place to network. We're going to have up to 16 workshops during that. It's a one-day event, again, on June 21st, and it's going to be a great lot of fun. It will start at 9 o'clock. We're even going to be, it's free lunch. You want to come out, and we'll be giving out awards to the state agencies and the boards who have met or exceeded the MBE goals. So we're pretty excited about that. So please join us that day. Again, it's absolutely free other than parking. And if you're interested in a booth, please contact me. I'll be happy to reach back out to you and get that all squared away. So again, your regional outreach manager is your central contact to all things related to doing business with ODOT. Outreach can be a liaison between you and the certification office and locating those opportunities. So this is our general email, the outreach@dot.ohio.gov. And again, here is our contact information. As you can see, it's made up of 12 districts. We have Jennifer Chris, which is 4, 11, and 12. We have Michelle Newman. This is districts 1, 2, and 3. We have Larry Brown just starting out this week, but coming from I think he's coming from the Department of Development with a lot of great information and background. And he will be District 7, 8, and 9. And then myself for 5, 6, and 10. These are our contact information, our email, and our cell phone number. So we're always, willing to meet one-on-one or, whatever you guys need. So any additional questions?
All right, thank you so much, Lorraine. While we're waiting for questions, I just want to say there's a lot of exciting things happening at ODOT. That event on June 21st looks great.
Yes, we're very excited. It's our very first one. So we had the transportation, civil rights transportation symposium every single year. But we decided within this last year that it would be a great opportunity to do the MBE Expo. But it's not just about the MBE, it's a SBE and WBE, VFBE, so the veterans. So any company that's coming out is going to have some great opportunity to network and find out more information. And we're having workshops about the new Brent Spence project that's coming up. We'll be talking about pre-qualification. So just a lot of great information, and it's an absolutely free event.
And you're feeding people.
And we're feeding you.
I
yes,
know,
so
you can't
come
beat
out.
that. Can
Right.
you talk a little bit more about, you were mentioning about getting assistance with capability statements.
Yes. Yes.
Where's the portal to get set up for all of that?
Yeah, so that is CEI that assists with that. We're really excited. So a few years back, we decided that before through supportive services, we kind of assisted with helping with companies that if they needed a program or something like that or software, we would pay for that. There would be an application and we would kind of pay for that. But we found out that, that other states were utilizing the CEI, supportive services, and they have so much knowledge and so much information. And we thought it would just be a great one-stop shop for that DBE just to come in and just, get all the information business whole. So I just think it's a great program. It's a great place to go and get more information. And, they've got a lot of folks there that's been doing it a very long time. They are not new to DOTS. And so, yeah, I think it's a really great opportunity. And then once you become DB certified, when you go into their websites, they actually put all of the contracts into one page, which I love. It's just such easy access to go in there and you say, okay, this is the type of company, this is the, the projects that I'm looking for, and they just have it in one little box for you. So they have really streamlined locating opportunities. So it's a great program, and it's for DBE certified firms.
That sounds great. Are the trainings virtual? I mean, is this like a nationwide service or just in?
It is, well, no, well, it's DBE certified firms only.
Okay.
So, so if they come from another state and they become DBE certified, they could definitely take advantage of the CEI information there. But if you're wanting more information, now would you go to the Ohio Business Library or the business library that we talked about before? There is some virtual training there. CEI gives a lot of great virtual training too. And then there's LTAP program too that you could go into the business library and get some more information about that as well. So lots of good training. And then we as outreach does that too. So we do quarterly, you're certified now what on locating opportunities. We do improp too. Now that you're certified, we're happy to walk through that. And then once you decide if you want to apply for a DBE certification, we're happy to meet, go through the entire application, let you know a little bit about what you're going to need to apply for that. And then I always like showing everybody that you can still locate opportunities without becoming DBE certified. I don't want that to scare you and think, well, I don't want to apply for DBE or I'm not eligible for DBE. How do I still locate opportunities? We're still here to help you locate those opportunities. There's always opportunities to be found, regardless if you have a certification or not.
All right, wonderful. I just think that was a lot of information, a lot of good information.
Yes.
I don't see any other questions coming through the chat, and so we'll be able to give people back some time this afternoon, which is always, I'm sure, welcome for everyone.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm gonna put that up, the map up one more time, just in case. Again, you can contact me with any of your questions. But if you do see where your region is located, you can go ahead and just jot down your outreach manager and please contact them. They are happy to help.
All right. All right, well, thank you very much. And I just see coming through the chat. Thank you for answering my questions. Thank you. Great presentation. So I think we'll just go ahead and conclude with that. So
Wonderful.
thank you again, Lorraine, and thank you,
Oh,
Joey,
you're
for
welcome.
hosting today. And everyone have a wonderful afternoon.